Hello, my name is Tamara Buchan with Reclaim Initiative, and I want to invite you to join myself and others as we journey toward the discovery of a whole new world. This is week 2, day 8 in our Advent journey. Advent is a time of longing, of waiting, of seeking light. And in this time of darkness, where it's a very short day, our longing increases. But the good news is that we are no longer in the old season, which I call the church season. We are into the kingdom age. The kingdom age is where heaven and earth are more connected, where God is more present within us, and we discover that kingdom within us and not through external sources. That's one of the major differences. And the reason for this is because we are image bearers of the one who created us. That is the most true part of who we are. And because we are image bearers, we are also able to do things such as change the whole atmosphere or shift a trajectory of history because of the glory that we carry. And that when we do work, it comes through creativity and rest. We were meant to create, not build. We were also we were given a voice, and when we use that voice in partnership with the one who created us, then we can help bring forth heavenly solutions for earthly challenges. And I think we can all agree that the earthly challenges are only increasing. And it's important that we all discover the kingdom age and how to walk within it so that we can bring our part of the heavenly solution that was deposited in each one of us, so that the very complex issues on the earth today can be brought new solutions that actually change everything. So this is an exciting time to live. It's challenging, yes, as the church season deconstructs, but it's also really exciting. And as we're image bearers in God, and that being the truest part of who we are, I want to revisit that a little bit. Because Adam and Eve in the garden, life was such a delightful experience. They were intimate with each other and with God. They were one with the creation of the garden. Their work was play and naming the animals. And I even saw a picture when I was considering what to say today of them walking along a garden path and beautiful flowers and trees and bushes just springing up as they walked by. And the colors were exponentialized. The sounds of the birds, everything that they heard was in sharp, beautiful living color and extraordinary sound that fed their spirits and kept reminding them that they were the image bearers of God. That was true. And at some point, I believe their bodies were different than our bodies are now. And I'll explore that with you in a minute. But they came to a challenge point when a tempter came to them and tempted them to eat the one place where God had given them a boundary, not to hold back from them, but to protect them. This tree was called the knowledge of good and evil. And they're listening to the tempter and deciding to take the fruit and eat it. They bit. And biting into that lie solidified 3 things that we still fight today. 1, that we can't trust God. 2, that he's holding out on us. 3, that he isn't working to bring forth our good. We can't trust him. He's holding out on us. He's not working to bring about our good. And from that moment on, everything changed. Shame entered the garden. Fear and hiding became a coping mechanism. Blame and disconnecting became another. And suddenly work wasn't glorious and restful and fun. It was hard. They had to eke out a living. But God in His mercy did not allow them to stay in the garden, not as punishment, but if they had kept eating from the tree of life, they would have stayed in that place forever. So the Bible tells us that He killed the first animal. He introduced death into the garden so they could be covered with garments. But I believe that even greater, there was a covering of skin, which defined their bodies to one place. Suddenly, they were no longer able to connect heaven to earth as they did before. And suddenly, the thing that was the most true about them got buried deeply. That we are the image bearers of God first. That's the most important, most valuable, truest part of who we are. But when we become defined by bodies, we can only be in one place at one time. And we begin to define our world and ourselves very much through our bodies. Are we big? Are we small? Are we tall? Are we short? What's our age? Are we young or are we getting older? And what's our people group? What color is our skin? What's our family of origin? Where do our ancestors come from? What's our ethnic identity? Where do we live? All of this revolves around our bodies. And suddenly, with that reality and the image bearing part of us getting buried, everything shifted so dramatically that we are now in a time of needing and being called to and given the privilege and invitation to reclaim the truest part of ourselves, the spirit within us. We call it different things. It can be our true spirit, our true selves, our inner child, the image of God. But today, I want to invite you to spend a few minutes reclaiming that part of you, which is the most true about you. Take some deep breaths and speak to your spirit. Tell her that you love her, that she's important to you. Ask her to forgive you for not listening to her, for bearing her and not recognizing how important your spirit is in your life. And then just begin to imagine that life in the garden when you weren't confined by skin and you had freedom of movement and you knew that you knew that you knew that you were loved, that you were blessed and celebrated each and every day. And I encourage you, after you've opened up more to your spirit, to just focus on being present together with her or him each and every day. But mostly today, just practice it. See how much you can hold on to that reality. Invite your spirit to come out in front and to guide you for the rest of your day. I bless you as you come into this journey, as you discover new ways of being, as you begin to live the glory of the kingdom age. Amen.